We are now live. Take it away.
Welcome, everybody, to the Festival Addicts Tuesday show, the place where we give you all of the information of upcoming events and just important stuff happening in the field. So, who is going to be joining us on the show today? Well, hello, Precious.
Hello, Miss Misa.
Hello, Olu.
Hello, Monique, and hello to everyone who is watching tonight.
Yay. So there's and one of the biggest things that's been happening in our country specifically is it's been a really, really big week for women. And so Precious here is going to tell us about two really, really important stories that are going on revolving around women right now. So go ahead, Precious, and tell us the great news.
Well, if you haven't heard, LP Giobi is just an amazing artist. Really, it's just like broken into the scene in the last couple of years, and has created a foundation called Fem House. The website is This Is Fem House, and it's really focusing on creating and fostering more equitable opportunities to women, so that when they write it, it's with an X, to really encompass, the female aspect of being a woman. And non-binary people in the technical communities. They have online workshops and different things that women could access and be able to learn about, producing music, because it is just kind of a fact that, it is a male-dominated industry. So we need more women in the field. And LBGOB's like, listen, we are literally starving for more women in the industry. So it's so cool. Like, the workshops used to be in person, a majority of them, and in LA. And so there wasn't a lot of access to women, non-binary people around, the US and also internationally. So, since Corona, they've had to go majority online. So everything you could do at your own time. There's some that are donation based, some are completely free. The money goes towards creating these opportunities for women. There's also different like grants and scholarships that they have to provide equipment for different women that are getting into the program. So like, think about it, like it's one thing to learn and grow within the industry, but also you have the expensive of buying all this equipment. So Fem House is not only creating a place for women to learn, but also the ability to really thrive in the industry. And if you follow them on Instagram, you'll see all the different women that are getting involved and doing workshops, and they're a powerhouse. I've had, the honor of meeting each one of them when they've come down to the Bay Area, just amazing, strong, and very like focused on empowering other women. So take a look when you get a chance. Again, it's called thisisfemhouse.com. It's LPGOB. So with that being said, the other really big thing that I wanted to talk about today was DJ Worthy, one of the founders of Dirty Bird Camp, not Dirty Bird Camp Out, but Dirty Bird. It's her 6 months into transition, and I want to give her a big shout out. I know she is she is making milestones, what she feels inside, So I just want to give a big loving and big shout out to her, because I know like it took a lot to really just come into her own, and she's killing it. We love her, and I just want to extend her all the best vibes.
Yay. And that's really great. So, I mean, that's wonderful that, she's finally made it to this point, and I wish her nothing but the best, because we actually do need, like you said, Precious, we need more women, in EDM. Like we need way more. So that's great that there's so many different avenues that women can use with the Fem House, and everyone should definitely check that out. So thank you for reporting that. So as we know, to kind of shift gears, because we can't talk about the great stuff without having to talk about the negative stuff. And of course, 2020 is here with all of its BS again. And, there have been quite a few cancellations that have been reported. So one of the first ones, of course, is everyone's favorite Ultra. So what do we know? It's officially been canceled, or did they just kind of been run away?
So the word on the street is that a cancellation, like an official announcement about the cancellation, is imminent. Right now, they're trying to lock in the 2022 dates before they put out that announcement. But I think we all knew, like not just like us insiders, but like everyone knew that like when we didn't see a lineup earlier this year, when I don't even think like they even put tickets on sale technically this year. Like usually like there's a rush for like ultra tickets like towards the end of like the previous year, but we didn't see any of that. So we saw this date, 26th to 28th to 2020 of 2021, but I think we all knew like at the start of this year that ultra wasn't happening.
Hmm.
Yeah. Didn't they roll tickets over from last year, or
Yeah, they
you
did,
had that
but
option?
yeah, you had the option to roll over tickets, but like I'm assuming like you would have also like they would have put tickets on sale, right? Because I don't think that like
Mm-hmm.
all the tickets that got rolled over like would be like the max capacity or like would be it's selling out. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they still would have like extra tickets that they'd want to sell, but the fact that they didn't put any tickets on sale for me was like a huge red flag.
Yeah. So Ultra Miami will not be happening this year, and they're hoping next year, right? That's basically where we at.
Yeah, and hopefully, everything rides on this vaccine and as you know, the herd immunity. So
Mm-hmm.
like putting on festivals, as you know, it's like a huge logistic like exercise and there are just so many moving pieces. So hopefully I think by 2022, I'm being like cautiously optimistic that the world will have its shit together and I don't think the economy can afford another year of everything just being shut down. Like there has to be at some point where we just go back to normal life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's here's to hoping to 2022. We are going to get into a little bit later all of the music festivals that are still happening, but there was still some bad news. So another music festival, Glastonbury, has also put out an announcement. And I mean, do we know more about Glastonbury?
Yeah, so we have that
Precious
announced
or
that statement
mm-hmm.
put on the
Oh,
screen there. I've never personally been to Glastonbury. I don't know if any of you have been. It sounds like and like it was supposed to be like their 50th anniversary soon or around this time, so it's kind of sad that they couldn't move forward, but with the state of how things are, they can't just move forward.
yeah.
Right.
Precious, do you have anything to add?
I do actually. So I have not been there, but I've gone to Creamfields a couple of years, and I think as the people that go to Creamfields are like, that's the festival to attend. So I feel like if it's better than Creamfields, which is like I'm kind of on the fence about that festival in general.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just kind of things just arise. Everyone I've ever talking to that is from Europe absolutely attest to like this festival just being amazing. So hopefully it's not gone forever and it comes back. Hopefully everything comes back.
I know. I was just
Yeah.
going to say, I hope everything comes back.
Yeah.
Um, so I hope that it comes back too. Shoot, I have tickets for Creamfields next year. Or
I'm going to use
supposedly,
you. I'm a little too big for that, but I can fit you regular in your big one.
I have one specifically for you. I'm going to pad it for you, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, so I mean, since we're on the topic of kind of wanting festivals to come back, there have been a few festivals that have been rumored, as well as they're going ahead, and some are even on sale. So let's talk about Coachella first, because Coachella technically is what's supposed to kick off California's festival season. And what is the rumor on Coachella?
So the mayor of, I want to say Palm Springs, is reportedly talking with Golden Voice to move Coachella to October or sometime in the fall season.
Yeah, so they're hoping that it comes back, but it hasn't been announced just yet. So that's kind of on the cusp. Meanwhile, Ubby Dubby,
Yay.
which is one of the Festival Addicts, one of their favorite. I've heard so many good things about Ubby Dubby, or
I want to
Ooby
go.
Dooby, how Yeah. So, and they're apparently going forward, right? Like, so they've already announced dates and everything.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a camping festival as well. So I mean, I went to that first Abu Dhabi. It was like our first kind of stint into. Well, it's my first ever festival with Festival Addicts, and I
Mm-hmm.
had a blast. And it's a lot of like bass music, and I'm not a bass head if you guys don't know me by now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Neither am I.
by now, no, right now I am not a bass head, but I really enjoyed it. I feel like they had a good combination of different music. They did have some bass stages I could not go near because it was too much, but overall they did a good job organizing. There was a typhoon that year, but I'm really curious to see how this works out. It being camping festival, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Abu Dhabi has great content. Follow them on Instagram. They're hilarious. They have a great dialogue. So I mean, I'm really rooting for them because I enjoyed the experience I had with them.
And where is Abu Dhabi usually taking place, Precious?
I think they had switched it. I want to say it was originally in Houston, and I think when they were going to have it before they canceled it this last time, they had switched locations. But honestly, you can't quote me on where because I couldn't tell you. But I know
Mm-hmm.
the original location was going to be moved, and now the camping location. I know we probably have the information. Olu.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah.
know?
So it's going to be in Ennis, Texas. Not sure where exactly that is, but that's where it's going to be. And then
Mm-hmm.
for camping, um, so they have tent camping. They also have car camping and RV camping, normal
All the camp.
options.
All the
Yeah,
Yeah.
camping.
yeah, all the
Yeah. I was gonna say all
campings.
the camping.
Yeah, so you can actually buy those tickets right now, those camping
Okay.
passes.
When is the event scheduled to take place?
April 20, April 24th to April 25th.
That's my birthday.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, that I
Go
gotta
to
take
Abu
out.
Dhabi and listen to dubstep and bass. Try
I will
something new.
not be at that stage. I will be at the house stage. Thank you.
I will
Okay.
too.
Yeah, let's go.
I haven't heard from Desert Hearts because that was supposed to be that same weekend. So shit, I'll fly over there.
Yeah,
Isn't
do
Desert
it.
Hearts usually the weekend after Coachella? Well, if Coachella was supposed to happen, it's like the weekend after. Isn't that typically when it is? Like the very
No,
end
it's
of
typically
April?
like around like the 20th, like around
Mm-hmm.
those days.
Ah, okay. So they
Mhm.
haven't announced anything. Um, Misa, I know you had tickets for Desert Hearts last year. Did they roll your ticket over or did you not?
Yeah, they rolled my ticket over.
Ah, okay. So, but they
And I
just haven't
haven't had,
announced their new
yeah,
dates.
but they haven't sent an email. They haven't sent anything
Mm-hmm.
recently for us to tell whether or not since I haven't heard anything, I don't think there's going to be. Like today, 2 years ago was when I first got my first ticket to Desert Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So there hasn't been a hype. Usually they would have put something out around these dates for us to all purchase them. And they sell
Mm-hmm.
out within minutes. Like they
Yeah.
sell out like this when they go to the public because you get the same thing. You get a little bit
Ah,
advanced if you've been there, but if you haven't, man, you got to be on it.
okay. All right. Well, keep us informed on that because that's something I know we have a lot of like viewers that do attend Desert Hearts. But one great thing we talked about Coachella, we talked about Desert Hearts, and one very, I guess you can call this positive news. California has just lifted its stay-at-home orders, so this could be a really good move for the live entertainment industry because we could get drive-ins back, we can get pod style events back. These large scale festivals can potentially come back if we can get everyone vaccinated. So I think that's really good news. How's Arizona doing? Did you guys have a stay at home order?
We did. It just got lifted. I think on Friday. It was like a curfew, from 10 to
Mm-hmm.
5, and it wasn't hugely enforced. But no, they just
Mm-hmm.
lifted it on Friday. And because a bunch of bars and everything were like, hey, we sort of need to like do this,
Yeah.
and they, and they were able to lift it. So yeah, we're open at night.
Oh, that's great news. So, I mean, these are just little itty bitty steps that are being taken in order to kind of get our favorite music festivals back. And because I know, it's been almost a year and we all miss it. I know we all miss it.
Yeah.
But there is a question that I do want to ask you guys, since we're talking about events that are getting ready to happen, and we're going to talk about a few more that are on sale right now. But when you guys are at these events, and Festival Addicts, we really pride ourselves on being very diverse, and we all come from different backgrounds and different cultures. And when we're at these events, we've all had this moment where we hear like music or sounds or melodies that kind of reflect our actual cultures. And I mean, how does that make you guys feel like when you're there? Because it's been a while since we've had it. It's all been virtual events, but I know you feel something. So like, what do you guys feel when that happens? When you hear these cultural music being incorporated into like EDM and like all of the music that we listen to.
I get all excited like when I hear something that's like that's gonna have a mariachi, or all of a sudden you get like the trompetas, I mean the trumpets going and things like that. I'm all like, dude, I know this song, and I'm like throwing the chona, we got a deal, dude.
Like Chona, like that should be getting me going. That's what it was. I feel the same way. Like I honestly, like I grew like I'm Mexican, but I didn't really like grow up in the culture very strongly. But my mom always made it a point for us to go to make friends that were deep in the culture. I'd go to quinceañeras, or I'd go to like just like like these parties and like lechona and all like like against cool. Like I've been listening to Clapcast, which is by Claptone. I love him, and he played like lechona or something, and I was just like, oh my god. And I got really excited because I feel like a lot more artists are sampling like little snippets of like, say like Dylan Francis, Claptone, Henry Fong, for instance, are people that are sampling a little bit of like cultural music from my childhood, and I get really excited. I don't think everyone else in the world does, but for me, and trying to find my identity within being a Latina and the connection to the music, it's so nostalgic to me. So for me, like I'm not offended. I absolutely love it because it just reminds me of my childhood, running around at a ranch. It brings a lot of memories for me personally. I enjoy it, but I know people have different opinions.
Oh, you mentioned one before we got on air regarding this specific topic. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that overall it's great to, be able to kind of use like sample other genres or cultures, but I know it can be offensive sometimes depending on the context. So like you just have to be careful like if you're an artist or a DJ and you're kind of like sampling like Mexican sounds or like Indian sounds or like even African sounds. I think there's a way you can do it
Yeah.
respectfully, but not doing it in a way that you're appropriating that culture. So I think overall, like if we're talking about electronic music, I think overall, like as a whole, like the artists and DJs do a good job of like tastefully sampling music. Like we don't really hear complaints about like they're using this sound or like this sample in a distasteful manner, or like I find this offensive or that kind of thing. But it's just something to think about. But overall, I love it. I think for me, it's like a great way of discovering new music, new sounds, and that kind of thing. But context is
Anyone else?
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of you guys. But it's fun. Like it's like a new experience. Like you had mentioned, Olu, like when you're out there and you're in the crowd, or now it's all virtual. And you hear something, you hear a sound, or it's like a melody, and you're not sure what it is, but it gets you to experience other cultures at the same time. And I think that's wonderful. Kashmir does that an awful lot. And as you guys know, he's one of my favorite DJs. So I just love to hear the sampling and like the music and just the sounds of India that he brings into his actual like his songs and stuff. And I know Dioro does the same thing. And I mean, there's so many others. Precious just listed a very long list of them. So I think it's great. And I mean, I think sampling is it's fun. It's been around forever. Everyone samples, but I just think it's cool because, you know, I'm American and, you know, there's just, that's how it goes. And I think that's great. Anybody else want to add to that?
I like it. I know some friends of our DJs, you know, like Group Trooper, he does throws in like a lot of salsa into there. I really enjoy that. And then like our like I'm trying to think, Kishmet, he does a bunch of his stuff too. I mean, it's some Indian music in there too, and it's like I really enjoy it because I normally wouldn't be able to hear like maybe salsa because for the most part I don't listen to salsa. Not that it's bad, I like it. I know how to dance salsa, but in general, it's just like not something I throw on. So when you hear it, when you have a good mix, you'll sit there for a second, like, oh, I can actually dance this, you know, and you sit there and just dance for a second and enjoy the music and get into like them culturally almost and feel their music and how they feel. I really enjoy it. I like it.
Yeah, me too. And it's so funny that you mentioned the Groove Trooper, who actually DJs on Groove Cruise, which is a big thing that I think we should also talk about, maybe a little bit. But a lot of us actually have attended in some capacity Groove Cruise over the years, and they're on sale. Tickets are on sale for 2022. So Misa, do you want to tell us about it? I know you.
Yeah, definitely. So our tickets went on sale for the public on January 19th. We are sailing to, I'm gonna mispronounce it, but I think it's Labardi.
Labadee. Yeah.
There you go. See, I knew I was gonna mispronounce it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be traveling there. So 3 days, of course. They're gonna have a private party there on that side of the peninsula, the island. They made the change, I think, on January 6th, because we were supposed to be sailing to Coco Cay, but you know, hey, now we're going to Haiti.
Yeah.
Right? I've never been.
I've never been, but we get to get Haitian food, and that's like all I care about right now.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is a private area for Royal itself. I don't know if people are actually going to be able to go out because you know, people do stand at like the fences. I saw a couple videos that, you know, that were a little disturbing about like the areas and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping for positive stuff and that everything goes really well there. But I think it's like closed off. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get like go in and see the city or anything like that. I think it's just like on the remote side. And then hopefully the food that they do have at the private party that they always have is, you know, typical. So like that area, because I mean, I love me some jerk chicken and stuff like that. So you know, they gotta have something. They gotta have something for us.
Please don't take me to like Haiti and give me chicken nuggets. Like, please don't do that. Like, that's not what I want. Because, right? You know, I mean, not that I wouldn't have anything against tacos, but like, when I go somewhere, I want to be served their cuisine. Like, give me that. Have a restaurant like in the area or something that I can go to. So I just hope they don't give us chicken nuggets because I will be very, very disappointed. But there is something I do want to mention for anyone who might be apprehensive about, you know, booking with Groove Cruise. We understand, and they understand that, you know, it's not certain right now how, you know, the cruise industry or how anywhere is going to be at that time. So they did put out an announcement, along with all of their graphics and everything as they've been updating this, that they do want you to be able to cruise with confidence. So if you do book with Groove Cruise, they do encourage you to get travel insurance and include cancellation for any reason. But they're also having like this cruise with confidence where if it doesn't sail, they want you to be okay. They want to give you some type of like reassurance that, you know, you're not going to just lose your money. And they've been really good with working veterans and anybody who has been signed up. And so if you are thinking about it, even for a little bit, we recommend booking. Many of your festival addicts will be on that ship, including Misa, myself,
Yay.
and our boss man. We are trying
And
to get
Olu, don't
Olu
forget
to
about
come
Olu.
too.
He's going
We're
too.
trying to get him. He's going to start school, so we don't know if he
It's
can
still
go.
50-50. I hope I can go, but we'll see.
Done deal. I'm gonna tell Carna on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like
Um,
flake on again. But the thing is that like, okay, so Groove Cruise, it's like January 20th to 24th, and I'm literally starting school that same week. So I don't know if, I mean, it would be the kind of thing like where I would like be flying out of Florida straight to like college, like first day of school. I don't know if that's the way I want to like start my first day on campus, just being trashed off of Groove Cruise. But we'll see. It's
but
still 50-50.
I don't know.
Do
Isn't
it.
like
Do it.
isn't it typical on the first day of school you just go over the syllabus and that takes up like all of your class time?
It might be, but that's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. If I can make it work, I'll make it work. But we'll see.
Yeah, so that's been really exciting. Everybody's been booking. They've already put the themes out. They've carried over. We're going to be on the ship. The Cruise with Confidence. We're going to a whole new destination on a brand new ship to us. After 2 years of not having an event, that's going to be one of the craziest events out there. So I'm
Oh, I
super
know.
excited about that. And Misa, I know you wanted to mention something about Groove Cruise and one of the resident DJs on there. So do you want to?
Yes. Well, best wishes to our friend Rizzo. He's a DJ and a resident DJ who runs Silent Disco on Groove Cruise. We love him very much. He's with Rizzo and Vassallo. And they're a combo. It's like on a guy. He's in the hospital battling COVID right now. So we send him our best wishes. So hopefully we get better, Rizzo.
Yeah. Quality of this, everybody's catching it. Like it's gotten like when it first started, it was kind of just like people from like 6 degrees of separation. And now all of a sudden I'm finding out like close friends and family members of mine are getting it. So you guys stay safe, wash your hands, wear your mask. And
Double
if you're
mask.
not 1 million, yeah, and if you're not 1,600,000 in line to get the vaccine, go ahead and get it so we can get back to this. It'd be really nice. But and just to kind of boost morale and everything to come off of that COVID dip there. There is an event that's going to be taking place in Arizona. So you Arizonians, tell us about Country Thunder.
So Country Thunder is a big event here in Arizona. It's in Florence, which is in between Tucson and Phoenix here. It attracts thousands of people. And it's a go. They're like, fuck it. Arizona clearly is not carrying. And they're like, let's do this. It's got a great lineup. It's country, but it's still a festival. And it's a couple days. It's like 3 days, I think, and it's camping. So it's April 6th. What day? April 6th through the 10th?
April 8th to the
Yeah,
11th.
8 through 11.
Okay, I'm sorry, 8th through the 11th. So we're gonna, as of right now, the city of Florence said, let's do this. So if for all people who really love country music, there's gonna be a festival for y'all.
Yeah, in April, because you can't get Stagecoach, so this is the next best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the
Have you
next best
guys?
thing.
So have either of you guys gone? I know you guys are like into EDM and like other stuff, but have you guys gone to Country Thunder?
No, I have never been. I have a lot of friends who have. They don't even like country music, and if they do, it's even better. But it's just a one big party.
Pretty
It's almost like those videos that you see with people running around in Daisy Dukes and in the mud. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
What?
It's a lot of fun. I hear it's a lot of fun. I've just personally never been.
And it's camping too, so if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I guess I've not been, but like Misa said, I have a lot of friends that go, and they have a blast, and yeah, but I don't think it's something I would go to.
I don't know about the mud thing.
What?
The mud thing. What do you mean? You just
No,
said that so casually, like deep into mud. I'm like, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah,
That was really good.
Mocha Princess does not go in mud. Did you not know?
I did that one time, and that was the worst experience of my life. Like, we all
You're
remember
very.
Tomorrow World 2015. It keeps coming back. Like, it never goes
I was
away.
about
And
to
I will never ever forget the horrors of having to track through like 100 mud to your ankles and watching people lose their shoes and wagon wheels and
Oh my
just
god.
like, it's like,
Oh,
it's awful. Like, it's terrible. Like, I couldn't do it.
don't go to
Ugh.
Creamfields then. Don't ever go to Creamfields. It's a mud patty, mud
I
running
saw
down a
those.
mountain. You are literally in this thick of mud, and it
Right here.
rains sometimes.
Rainbow.
No.
All the
No, you have
Nope.
not seen mud unless you've seen Creamfields mud. Look it up.
I've heard
Oh.
stories.
I've seen videos of stories
Yeah.
about Creamfield.
I mean, even Decadence 2019, like going into
I
2020.
was
No, not that one, but the one before it.
no, not
Like,
1918.
yeah, that was terrible. And like that
I was
wasn't even
there.
a lot of rain, and I still like the vibes were just so off, but like even that mud was
It
annoying to
was
deal with.
cold.
Yeah, it was cold. It
See,
started
people,
raining.
girls didn't have coats. Just have to say that. Wear a coat. I don't
Oh.
care if you think you're cute. Wear a coat. Just saying.
Oh my
The
goodness.
girl standing in front of me in
Just saying.
line, I remember she was from Alaska, so she didn't have any, like, she was just wearing like a really skimpy outfit, so maybe she was fine, but everybody else there, I can tell you, us Arizona natives were not having that. Like, we hate cold weather here in Arizona. So, yeah, that's probably like one of the worst festivals I've been to for a, a
Oh
few
my god. The
reasons, but the
first
weather
night
was
was
bad.
well. Get VIP. VIP. I don't care. Get VIP. That's all I have to say.
Precious, didn't you say that you were at an event? It wasn't recent, but it was like in the last couple months, and it got so cold that the girls started putting on sweatpants. I don't remember what event that was, but
Yeah. It was so
What did they
good.
pull them out of?
So I went to EDM Drive-In, right? And so
okay,
like
that's what it was.
EDM Drive-In. So like even myself, like I had like nylons on the first day, so it wasn't too bad. But these girls came in their Sunday rave best, and we're like took their pictures, and then it got really, really fucking cold, like so cold. I came around the corner the second time, and they looked like wooks. They were like fucking rave, and then they were like straight fucking wooks. They had their pashmina, they had their sweater, and their sweatpants did not match. Their socks did not match. They didn't care. Like, I'm fucking cold. I was like, what happened? They're like, I don't care. I'm just cold, so this is gonna
Where
work.
did they manifest all of those sweatpants from?
I
Like, because they
know.
didn't come with
I
it, right?
guess I don't know if they knew, but
Oh
I
man.
honestly, it made my night.
Get a picture of that.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that.
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
like turned
Okay,
around,
so
like, wait.
oh my goodness. All right, so you're hearing it first from the Festival Addicts. These events do get cold regardless of where you're going, so always bring a jacket. It doesn't matter. Always bring a jacket. And if it's a
Yep.
drive-in, bring a whole wardrobe in your trunk
Yep.
and just
Yeah, I might have to
oh my
buy.
oh, and then look at you, Precious. You have one. You have a fur coat.
I wore this to Decadence when it was freaking cold.
Is that a spirit
Oh,
hood?
that's actually really cute.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to get a spirit
And then-
hood too.
Yeah, I got this, and then the next day, because it was wet, I stayed in the VIP the first night, but I got a raincoat to put over the spirit hut. It's very
Oh my
warm.
goodness. Oh, see, there you go. That's how you do it. I don't have one, and I think I want to invest in one, but I want mine to light up.
Oh, I have a nice black big fur coat that one of my friends calls it a grizzly, because it just looks like a big black grizzly. It's just, and then the good thing about it is I can just throw it in the washing machine and on low, and then I just brush it out after that, and it's perfectly fine. I love it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get
You
me
can
one
take
of
off
those.
the sleeves on it too.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I'm gonna get me one though before the next event. Yeah. So, all right, guys, I think we have had one of those jam-packed information shows. And is there anything else that we want to discuss? We talked about the great things that are happening with women and, of course, the events that have been canceled and upcoming events. Did we miss anything? Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. I think that is everything. So I definitely, before we go, I want to give a shout out to some of our listeners. So we have Jamie Groove Cruise Cupid that has joined us,
Jamie.
as well as Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Bernard is there.
Hey,
So we
Bernard.
want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And I want to thank all of you guys for being here and taking time. So before we let everyone go, why don't you tell us where we can find you on social media? Precious, we'll start with you.
It's Precious_star_Moreno.
All right. And Misa?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter as only one Misa.
All right. Olu?
You can find me at OluBPM on Instagram.
And I am your Mocha Princess. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And don't forget to check out all of our social media handles. We're on Twitch. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Pinterest. We're on, what are the other ones that we're on? We're on everything. Spotify.
We're on all of them.
We're on all of them. So check us out. Use our hashtag Festival Addicts 247. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. And hopefully we can all get through this. And we will see you guys next week. And hopefully somewhere at an event soon. All right. Thank you guys all for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.